Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. This is take two. I didn't realize that the first video came out so poorly on the filming. I have to get used to using this camera. But the question that I'm trying to solve here is, how do you seat the anti-reverse dog spring? I'm going to use the 4000, the Daiwa 4000C as the example. This is the anti-reverse dog. It sits up top on under the rotor. And once you take the rotor off by removing the internals, you'll see that the anti-reverse dog is situated against the side plate. It has a thick tooth and a thin tooth on a V-shaped dog, and the spring, which was the question, how is it oriented? The spring is attached under the collar of the first piece, wrapped around the post that's set by the screw, and has the tag end along the side of the rotor base. So I'm going to take it apart to show you the pieces that are involved, and then we'll reset this just so you know how to do that. So I'm going to remove the spring, remove the screw, and I'm holding the assembly with my thumb because there is a spring in there. The screw has a collar on it, so that it's smooth where the anti-reverse dog is. It has the anti-reverse dog follows, then it has a washer, and then it has the spring. So that's what's going to come off right now. And here are the pieces. So we have a plain rotor base now with the stud or the point that the spring sits on. Then we have the spring. Hopefully you got a view of that spring. It's a long tail. Put that right on the table. Then we have a washer, which keeps the anti-reverse dog from getting tangled in that spring. Then we have the anti-reverse dog. There's two sides to it. The fat side goes towards the spool bearing. The thin side goes to the rocker arm that sets and releases that. And then we have the spring, which has that collar that the screw that has that collar that it rides on. So to set that spring, then we take the base. Let's see if we can get a better view of this spring. You can see on the spring, hopefully. I'm just having problems with that glare, I guess. The spring has a tag end, a long circle, and then a loop end, and it'll go on as such. So I find that just setting the spring on kind of loosely is probably the best. You don't have to hook it around on that stud yet. Next up is the washer. The washer just sits on top of that post. You kind of eyeball it. And this is one of these things where you probably drop it 5 times before you get it right. But that's kind of the method. You're going to hook the loop of that anti-reverse dog under that spring, and then you're going to seat it against the post that's the rocker post. Oops, like I said, you'll probably drop it a few times. You slide it in and you seat it against the post like that so that it doesn't move. Then you can align all of your holes. Again, that tension on that spring is not there at the moment. You align it as such and put that screw in. It's going to hold the assembly. Thought I had it seated so that I could show you. I guess I didn't. Let's do it again. Little trial and error, not an error. But again, if you just kind of set that way, then you can get your screw started. Here we go. Now I can show you. Easy enough. So you have the small tag end against the dog release. The hook is on here and the screw is going in. Now remember, you have a 2-tiered screw there, and sometimes that second tier doesn't set right away because you don't have the dog centered. So You just have to kind of be patient. In this case, I just got lucky it's centered. So you tighten that down. Now we got that tag end, and all you have to do with that tag end now is flip that over the collar, and now you have an operational anti-reverse dog. So I'm going to remove the anti-reverse. You can see that. And once you remove it, your spring is functioning properly. So I think that's probably a better video than the one that I just showed. Those of you that watched the other one, I'm going to apologize. I didn't realize that I had the camera settings wrong. But to those of you that were wondering how to set that, that's the answer. Okay, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Thank you for watching.